Hello, my name is Linda, also known as Tortajala around the internet, and I love creative journaling and all things stationery. And today I wanted to give an update on my Coffee Monsters Co. Esterbrook Estie that had the gold foiling flaking off issue and how things went in getting this repaired directly by Esterbrook. So, a while back, I had shared a video about my Esterbrook Estie disappointment. There was so much hype over this Coffee Monsters Co. collaboration with Esterbrook. This Estie fountain pen was sold out in like minutes, and even though I got my order in on the day that they started taking orders, it took weeks to arrive because I also requested not to get any red in my resin swirls. So it was just a lot of wait time. And as I shared previously, you can imagine how disappointing it was to then realize that the gold foiling of the Esterbrook logo lettering was flaking off due to washing, I believe. I had no issues with how the pen wrote and performance. I used up the ink in like less than 2 weeks, and that's why I washed the pen to re ink it. And to reiterate, I do not scrub my pens or use any other tools or chemicals, but I do rinse it out when re-inking, and usually I just rinse the cap like quickly in case any drops of ink have like burped into it. Now that the pen is fixed, I'm still hesitant to expose the cap to water because I don't want it to happen, like the gold foiling. I have no idea if it will take water now or not, but I just don't want to risk it. So I wonder now that I'm looking at it if this gold foiling is actually more subdued or darker than the original. I can look at the pictures, but of course, there's no way to do like a true side by side comparison. Maybe it's just me, but it's something that crossed my mind when I was looking at this repaired version of the pen. I feel like the gold is less like sparkly, if that makes sense. It's almost like a bronze gold. Is it just my eyes? Let me know what you think. The issue that I have now is that it seems like either it arrived where the gold foiling wasn't totally complete, or it's sort of like flaking off again because it's been, some time that I've had the pen in possession, um, and I've just been using it regularly. So I don't know. I'm not totally happy with the final result in the sense that it just doesn't look super pristine. Um, and I had already replied to them saying that everything was okay because originally my husband received this pen. I wasn't even home, so I couldn't really check, and it is months later now. And again, the pen works. It's just this gold foiling part. I don't know, it just doesn't look like what it should be. I feel like one little piece has already um, maybe fallen off again just from touch. I mean, I have not, washed this or anything, but I mean, this is on my desk. I'm not, throwing it in with like a bunch of other pens or getting it scratched up or anything. Again, this whole gold foiling thing is just not great. But in regards to Esterbrook customer service, the whole process was smooth and easy. After contacting them directly, I was emailing back and forth with a representative. I basically had to fill out a form, send in my pen for repair, and they covered all the shipping costs. So everything actually happened like pretty quickly in like 1 to 2 weeks. And I'm located in Italy, but it was because everything was like FedExed. And, they sent the pen back to me with like some free stickers, always a nice touch and much appreciated for journalers and stationery lovers like me. Now, I didn't actually open the package because I was away on vacation traveling, and so my husband opened it, but everything was fine. So I had esterbrook them directly just to let them know that I received the pen back and everything seemed fine. So, from my personal experience, it seems that Esterbrook is on top of their game in terms of addressing any pen issues, or at least in this particular case, and resolving it as soon as possible. I certainly had a smooth process, and it was, as pleasant as it can be when it comes to something like a pen and having to send it in because something is wrong. So, have you also had your Esterbrook Estie repaired? Do you know if the gold will flake off again, or is it now like permanently sealed? I would love to know your experience in the comments if you can share any information at all. Now, throughout the course of this like whole Esterbrook issue, because I was sharing here on YouTube and also on Instagram, many people have messaged me just to like tell me their experience and what they might have faced. So, from the personal experiences that I have heard about, it seems to run the gamut in terms of what could happen. Some people have this same pen and they have the same issue with the gold coming off. Some people have absolutely no issues and they've washed their pen like many times. And it's the same model, this Coffee Monsters Co. Estie. And then still others have told me about other models of Esterbrook Estes and how they have either never had this issue and never heard about it, or they actually experienced it even with another model like the Sea Glass Estie. So I'm sure there's like some manufacturing error or quality control issue that is happening, but it's just hard to tell or know until it actually happens to you and your pen, right? So if you've seen my previous fountain pen videos, you'll know that this isn't the first time I've run into an issue. I bought a Leonardo pen directly from them here in Italy, and I received it with like a chip in the rose gold plating on the clip, so I had to send it back to them for repair. And again, it was a smooth process and it was really fast because, we're both in Italy, but it's just sort of annoying, like when something does happen and you just have to deal with it. Of course, we would all prefer to not have any quality issues whatsoever to deal with, right? But I mean, real life, anything can happen. So I know others have shared their experiences with other companies as well, like how repairs might take months and months. So I really don't have anything to complain when it comes to my experiences because everything has gone smoothly and I've not had like major issues, even though it was something I had to deal with. Maybe this is just all a part of fountain pen life. Over time, all the pens you buy, it's obviously just luck of the draw, like something could happen. Some people have told me that they've always just returned the pen to the retailer. So if you have a trusted retailer, maybe that might be an easier process for you than having to deal with the manufacturer, like directly for repair or just having to deal with anything whatsoever. So always consider like the retailer and what will they accept as a return, just something to consider when buying fountain pens. So to wrap it up, I'm, content with the customer service process. I'm just not 100% happy with the pen itself. This just whole gold foiling element is just sort of disappointing when it comes to quality, especially the price of what an Esterbrook Estie is. I have so many other pens, and these like quote unquote brand name pens are the ones that I have the most issues with, oddly enough. Um, yeah, so I'm I'm fine though in the sense that I am not looking for anything else. I'm just going to use the pen because it is functional. I'm sort of over it. I don't want to deal with more things. So it's just going to be used as is. And if the gold foiling keeps flaking off, then it will just be a pen without gold foiling then. And that will be that. So that is my story. I just wanted to give an update given that I had promised to do so. And I hope to be using this pen for a long time. I actually re inked it with the same Forgotten Iced Coffee collaboration ink again, just as I was testing it out, and will keep using it like this. So let me know if you had issues or if this happened to you. I hope you were able to get your pen fixed. So thank you again for listening to my Esterbrook Estie experience. If you enjoy stationery videos, please hit the subscribe button for more videos upcoming. Wishing you a very lovely day. Until next time, bye.